go there first night. But it is a beautiful place up there. Congratulations to everyone at Robert Morris to have the new place. 4,000 is a good. It feels like kind of a high school cozy gym, and because the roof is so low, the acoustics are even louder. So it's a tough place to play. At least it should be for other teams.
Yeah, and I guess Nicholls State would really beat Robert Morris. It's hard to tell what's going on in November in college basketball. You have to draw these conclusions based on next to nothing, but decent performance by Pitt, I suppose.
Well, you'll like this one then. Number 1, Kentucky, newly minted.
Yeah.
Lost to Evansville. The Purple Aces at home tonight. 67-64. I believe they were 28-point favorites.
Wow.
So that's a pretty good upset, wasn't it? All right, let's go to the lines. We got Mike in Ross Township. What's up, Mike? How are you?
Hey, Bob, Gene, how you doing? Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Hey, my question is, how come the Steelers go to the shotgun every time they have a 4th or 1? I think the last game, the only time they converted, he was behind center taking handoff, and they converted on the 4th or 1. Every other time, they're in the shotgun. I mean, they're just hurting themselves being in the shotgun.
I would agree on 4. I like under center for short yardage. I do. I think that gives the option of a quarterback sneak alive, even though they don't often like to use it. But I like under center with a fullback, too, once in a while. And they don't have a fullback right now because Rosie Nix is out. But if you looked at last night's game, I keep referring to the 49ers and the Seahawks. I mean, they use guys in there, and it's a big, heavy run, play-action pass game that opens up the passing game down the field for both teams.
Yeah, teams use those jumbo packages that what's called 12 personnel with a couple tight ends. People seem to be successful with it. The Steelers really aren't interested.
Hey, we have a tweet here from Mike Thomas. He says, it's funny how Mike Tomlin and Keith Butler became such better coaches with the arrival of Devin Bush, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Joe Hayden, and Steven Nelson.
Amazing.
And we've been saying this a lot, and yes, they're responsible for who they have in there, and they made some not so good signings last year with Morgan Burnett and John Bostic, but they corrected that this year with the absence of. I would have loved to have seen Ryan Shazier be healthy and on this defense, and then that probably would have meant no Devin Bush, but you get my point. And Stefan Tuitt also healthy. I mean, you're talking about a lot of big-time talent, all seemingly have gotten to the best parts of their game right now collectively, which has helped the Steeler defense.
Yeah, with the exception of, I think, Tyson Alualu and one other Steeler, nobody's over 30 on this team. So this is a defense that's coming into its prime, and they're doing a great job.
Norman joins us in Waynesburg. Hey, Norman, how are you?
Hey, guys. Real fast, a question that's driving me crazy. Who was the Pitt running back, Bob and Gene, in the 70s who went to the NFL, the star running back?
Curtis Martin?
Okay, he's one.
Tony Dorsett, too. I mean, he was in
Dorsett is the man.
Curtis Martin, LaShawn McCoy.
I don't get to go to the Penguins
he said
games.
70s, I think,
In
right?
the 70s.
It would have to be Tony Dorsett because he was 76.
Yeah.
I don't get to go to Penguins games, which is not the issue. I know they were 0 and 29.
28.
I have pleaded with that team to put a guy in front of the net. They would never have won the Stanley Cup in 09 without Gonchar, and they wouldn't have won 2 more cups without my favorite player, Chris Letang, smashing bombs from the point. Now, I'm going to leave you, who can they put in front of the net?
Well, it's Patrick Hornquist, but he's out with an injury.
The goalie.
Patrick Hornquist needs to be in there. He makes that power play go. That's part of the problem they have with that power play. Zach Aston-Reese, I thought, was somebody who could do that. But they haven't had a lot of, they get guys going to the net, but it's not the same as Hornquist, who tends to get a goalie all frustrated, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, he goes there, stays there, driving people, to the point of distraction. They don't have a player like that. I mean, they just don't. They have body types like that, but they don't have a player like that.
Yeah, we should point out, too, Crosby, Hornquist, and Letang all missed this game tonight.
Yeah.
So, Paul in Brighton Heights. What's up, Paul? How are you? Welcome to the Sports Call.
Hey, Bob, first-time caller.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
I'm calling about Switzer for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why are they even keeping him?
Gene, we've had this question a lot here in the last few days.
I don't know.
Thanks for the call.
Mike Tomlin likes him. He likes that he catches the punts, not inside the 10-yard line, I don't think. But he's different from Deontay Spencer, or Deontay Johnson, who does not catch the punts. So, that's where they are in terms of punt return. I'm really to the point where I prefer to see them put nobody back there.
Yeah, just let it hit,
Just
and
let it
wherever it
pass.
goes, it goes. Let's go to Brad in Punxsutawney. What's up, Bradley?
Hey, Bob, how are you?
We're good.
Hey, once again, a big evaluation game Thursday night for the Panthers. But hopefully they can bounce back from the big letdown in the Miami game. They took some steps against Georgia Tech, but they really, they're going to get it to the next level, this has to be the first of three W's for them down the stretch. They have to turn the corner, and I think going into the season, 9 wins wasn't a thought, but I think right now with the way the defense has kicked it up, and at times the offense has been above average, they got to find a way to get over the hump Thursday and beat North Carolina for the first time, and then
7 years,
and then hopefully string a couple together and get down at 9-3 and
all right. Let's see what Gene has to say about that. Thanks for the call, Brian.
Yeah, are you starting to think that Pitt is not going to the next level? I mean, this is
It's
Pitt's
been like
level.
how many years?
35 years
Yeah,
or whatever. I mean, I don't know where this is
Three
coming.
losses or
they
more
have to
every
win
one of
this
those
game
years.
to get here. This is where Pitt is. 6, 7 wins. That's where they've been. That's where they are. That's who they are.
But could you see 3 wins coming up? They have North Carolina, which has been a bugaboo for them for some reason.
Not gonna
Mac
win
Brown's a
that one.
different coach.
Not going to win that
Virginia Tech at Virginia Tech.
one. Not going to win that one.
You don't think so?
No.
And then Boston College.
Okay, could be that one.
Could be that one. You're saying 1 and 2?
1 and 2.
Boston College has been pretty good. They whacked Syracuse in a game I saw, although Syracuse stinks, but that's not the point. Rick in Bloomfield. What's up, Rick?
Hey, gentlemen, how you doing, buddies?
We're good. What's up?
Listen, I got two. I've been watching the Steelers in the pit for at least almost 60 years.
Wow.
And I can't recall that the Steelers and Pitt played on the same day at the same time.
Yeah, it happened one time, I think.
Is it what it is? One time?
1991, was it? They played on the same day, but not at the same time.
Was it a Thursday? No, it couldn't have been. They didn't have Thursday night football back then.
No.
No, I think it was a Friday, day after Thanksgiving or something.
Oh,
Thanksgiving, maybe.
Could have been that. But yeah, it's very much a rarity, and especially
It is a rarity.
now, Pat
I'll be
Narduzzi
happy.
was not happy with this, and he probably shouldn't be because the ACC came out with their schedule first. I don't think the NFL cares about anything
No, they
except
do
the
not.
NFL.
No, they
So they're not going to look at it and say, but I think a guy like Kevin Colbert was a little sensitive to it because he is. He wants Pitt to have their day, and what's he going to
Tell
do?
you what else, the NFL doesn't care what Kevin Colbert thinks.
No, they don't. They only care about the NFL and money. Cha-ching, cha-ching. We're going to take a break, come back with more right here on Pittsburgh CW.